friends, yet another Saturday and another episode of Saturday Wisdom with me. My effort through a series of talks is to make you a little wiser on a wide range of topics as I understand, and also seek your reactions and observations as you understand. That way, both of us can be a little wiser. You can write your comments. This week, I will walk you through politics, our prime national pastime. I promise you, I'll bring a new dimension to the art of politics. As most political science discourses tell us, the art of politics rests on three important legs: the science of government, the science of influencing governmental policy, and the science of winning and holding control over a government. Very, very important. In good old days, politics was inextricably entwined in money and muscle power. Not anymore. Not at least the way we understand it. Science and technology have invaded our drawing rooms and they are in our lives. So much so that today, no work gets done with simple age-old wisdom. A smartphone has virtually replaced the social network that a joint family had. The way politics has evolved from substantial events that connect people to more peripheral issues, albeit with all-encompassing technology, is worth a study in itself. Let's see what a campaigning strategy is. The basis of any good campaign strategy is first to recognize the reality of the campaign or broader context in which the campaign is being run, and second, to set an appropriate goal which, if achieved, will win the election. This basis for the campaign helps dictate what the campaign will look like in days to come, how it is organized, and the role of political consultants and technology in such a campaign. If a politician from past centuries, be it 200 or 2000 years ago, were to time travel to this decade, he or she would be pleased to find politics and social unrest still call the shots for social groups to survive. Maybe good, maybe unfortunate. Someone always wants to be in charge, and someone is always unhappy with the way things are. Leaders have always used private, public communication tools and propaganda to gain or maintain power. And those who oppose them have always used the same to overcome them whenever necessary. Both do the same thing. In Renaissance Europe, in 1500s, printing presses gave information to the masses. That was part of great industrial revolution. The postal service moved things a step further in our early history. Today, those same ideas have been continued with LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and the number of blogs that appear. The difference today, there is a difference. The difference, however, today is with instant communication becoming possible on a global scale through email and social media. is that these things happen much faster and often much more effectively. The near ubiquitous nature and adoption of social media and online information dissemination in general has brought the leaders and the people closer. This is the crux of modern day root of politics. If there is a science and technology element in modern politics, can we model it mathematically? This could be akin to guaranteeing win for political parties, since the three tenets stated earlier become operative only when a party wins. The answer to this question is a resounding yes. An objective function for winning elections, F of WE, where I call WE is winning elections. So F of WE could be modeled as an assumption of products of all influencing factors with their associated weights and then solved as an optimization problem. Obviously, the trick is in identifying accurately the influencing factors and weights or each factor's influence in winning an election. This approach needs a great insight into the interplay between various elements in politics. Needless to say, this results in nonlinear equations. Some obvious influencing parameters would be people, location, the protagonist or the politician, money, policies, SWOT of incumbent, SWOT of challenger, role of technology, and the unknown and the uncertainty. The problem assumes seriousness when we realize that each influencing parameter will be governed by its own objective function that is also nonlinear. So we must model them as well. A business model evolves too when the entire paradigm of politics is turned on its head. When just one influencing parameter, the politician or the main protagonist, becomes a pivot point, all other factors that I said virtually taken over by an effective and intuitive technology. Do we then really need career politicians? Can we create politicians in the world of make-believe? Gone are the days when lofty values guided politicians' objectives. One entered the political world in his or her midlife or twilight years and was preferred for the wisdom they had. So friends, let's dissect the entertainment world, for there are several parallels. Several middle-aged actors and actresses in some memorable films many decades back entertained with their histrionics, and people loved them through the ages. The age of the actor has drastically come down in films today. Catch them young seems to be the current byword. Many teleserials actually field a 15-year something as the main protagonist who can emote well. There are several child artists too who could possibly give a run for the money to the most established on the stage. Several training schools have actually come up, consequently, they have come up in this space. Can this be a game changer in politics as well? For the objective function as a politician, will have similar influencing parameters like personality, ability to emote, ability to influence people, oratory skills, technology savviness, family background, knowledge of current affairs, knowledge of history, loyalty, age, standing in the society, and a personal value system. All these qualities are required as much for a politician as they are required for an actor. Strategies are anyway created with IT tools like big data used to gather information about individuals for the benefit of the political parties so that they determine the best approach to get votes. For a party, the foremost thing to understand is which sector of the society they should focus, that is, reaching out to the right voters. Analytics plays this role by grouping the data regarding the voting pattern, which can be analyzed further to decide the process of campaigning. One factor that can help a party is to understand the census data. This helps the party to decide the type of campaign for different sectors. We have seen them being used very, very effectively in the past. Email marketing and blogging is imperative today, since political parties reside on the social media sites for publicity. Parties launch many petitions or donations and rallies. Campaigning requires a lot of resources and finances, which needs to be spent efficiently. The response from the public needs to be recorded to decide target citizens. Branding of the political party is a must, wherein media plays an important role in framing the image of a particular party. Mobile analytics can help to make the system transparent if one wants that. All the strategy and rendering necessary is directly a technology initiative, and IT giants in the business like Oracle have effective solutions. What then remains? Seriously, the heart of the campaign is the politician, or the leader alone is the differentiator. A school on the lines of FTII could come up for teaching acting, emoting, and oratory skills to budding politicians. This could start as early as 15 years so that he would be ready by the time he is 18 or she is 18 years of age. The age to contest elections could come down to 18, since he or she is anyway allowed to vote at that age. Seasoned politicians can go and fly a kite, or reskill or upgrade their wares or skills to stay relevant. Any aptitude test that is carried out, it must be carried out, that should be to separate the weed from the chaff. Retired civil servants could train them in the ways of the government. Or personality and interpersonal skills could be honed in a finishing school. Ideologies and party policies are anyway the domain of the party network that will never allow an individual to grow beyond the party. Single most separating line then is acting, emoting, and oratory skills. After all, there are in history any number of actors who have turned politicians and politicians who have turned actors even in real life. The whole country can witness political potboilers that gross hundreds of millions, and if a small entertainment fee is levied, it can even fund the party elections and fill government coffers too. Quacquarelli Simons and Times Foundation would be delighted to rate and rank such political skills, imparting schools, political outfits on outcomes. Several schools would spring into being since cricket, films, and politics always have had a field day in this country. New employment opportunities for trainers, a whole lot of subsidiaries in the supply chain, and new business models to study for the management schools would evolve. Politics is the art of the possible, the attainable, and the art of the next best, said Otto von Bismarck. Which means it's not about what is right or what is best. It's about what you can actually get done. That is politics. It's associated with the real politic. In a way, realpolitik, dramatics, and technology have become strange bedfellows of the current political juggernauts. As promised, I tried bringing a new dimension to the art of politics. Friends, I hope you liked my talk for this Saturday. Next week, I will be back with another interesting talk in Saturday Wisdom series with Dr. S.S. Mantha. Until then, namaskar, dhanyavad, and thank you.